Well, hello, y'all. Married at First Sight. Y'all know I used to cover this show religiously, and then I didn't. And tonight we're going to talk about why I dropped it. Because you know what? This is a whole bunch of fool-la-la, in my opinion. What do y'all think? I want to know as soon as we get back.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now, you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Y'all, this show is all kinds of up. This is just jacked up. Now, as I said in my opening, I used to cover this show religiously. I covered Married at First Sight, believe it or not, from season 1. Here we are on season 17, and they are fucking up the bag. The girls and the boys, in my opinion. This is absolutely disgusting. Now, I have been looking at Love is Blind. I was going to break it down by couple, but tomorrow we're just going to go straight through. These dating shows need to come with stop signs, risk, all kinds of psychiatric help at the end, during. Bitch, I don't know where they get these people from. I'm looking at Love is Blind. Trevor was in a relationship. Jeremy was in a relationship. And now here we get to Married at First Sight, season 17. And these niggas are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, want to be a man off on the screen and a bitch off the screen. Let me plug this up. Hi, y'all. My name is Auntie. And if this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To my nieces, my nephews, and my member, we just had a new one to join us, Miss Nicole. Welcome, and thank you all so much for being here for the long haul. Now let's go ahead on and get into this dragathon, shall we? Yes, we shall. It is absolutely disgusting looking at this show. While I have not been reviewing it, I've been keeping up with these motherfuckers. I look out there today, and usually I don't, but I looked at the show last night. Emily sitting up in there. Oh my God. Should have been left this month. Should have been walked out. But she's sitting up there getting her heart broke and drug all up around the street with Brennan. When Brennan told us basically he thinks she a hoe. She sat in there and told him what her body count was and that she like one night stands. After that, he didn't want to deal with her. And now Screen Rant is running an article talking about his family, giving the reason why this month don't really like Emily. No, we heard why he don't like Emily. He don't like Emily because he think Emily was a hoe. Why you think that you would marry somebody in their 30s that doesn't have a body count, that hasn't been with at least 2 people in their life, maybe 2 to 24, bitch. There was a reason why she got on this show, had never been in a serious relationship, was dumped left and daggone right. There's a reason why. But my whole thing is Emily don't really realize what the reason is. Because I'm going to tell you right now, she's frustrating. Key's frustrating. Becca done got on my nerve. Austin, fuck Austin. And then Orion brings his ass back all up in Lauren's face. And Lauren's sitting up there talking to Orion and crying. I said, so is Orion make you crying, or are you crying because it's Orion? Why the can't you, Lauren, have a conversation with this without crying? All of these bitches be lying. Claire and Cameron. Cameron got the fuck out of there. He said, you know what? I'm just going to go head on to get heart sick and get the fuck out of here. Do you know that I don't even watch? I used to watch regular guys. So, you know, my dudes. I like my dudes. I can't even watch reviews on these people no more. They get on my damn nerves so bad. I'm looking up there and I'm saying, okay, so they got a decision day panel for the fuck what? What do you need a decision panel for? Because you're trying to break the record to do 50 episodes off of this. This is some garbage. And the new dude, the dude that got stood up at the altar, bitch, I don't even look at his segments. I fast forward through it. I don't care nothing about him and the girl. I ain't kidding about him and the girl get married. I ain't kidding about. I got to roll up my sleeves because I feel like I just want to fight up in here. This is the stupidest crap I have seen in a long time. I would have been the hell up out of there. Y'all put a hand up in the chat if you would have been out of this daggone relationship. There's no way in the world. And why in the whole hell I do not understand why Clara is hanging around. Let these go. They was trying to, I think, get Orion with his raggedy ass. They were trying to get him to keep something going. Lauren said, I ain't going on with the foolishness. I ain't feeling it for you. But she did not stand 10 toes down to the ground or nothing. It just was so weak and so crying. And you know, she get that face like, wait a minute. What the fuck is that? Say what you gotta say. Say it with your whole chest. Say it with your chest. Mother, you broke off the relationship, right? You was trying to say that I said something, even though you know I was playing and I was ignorant when I said it, which was no excuse, by the way. Because if he had to call her a N-I with an A at the end, she'd have had a problem too, bitch. Let's just go ahead and keep it a buck. If he would have said something about her brown skin, she would have had a problem too. Yeah, she slipped up. She slipped up out of ignorance. But would you accept somebody's ignorance that you got to sleep with at night? Hell no, you wouldn't. You ain't that dumb. You ain't that dumb. Don't you let that slip, bitch. Say something. But she sitting up there can't say stuff with her whole chest. And I'm waiting for her to say it with her whole chest out. He was trying to drag his butt. He wants to be in this stuff. He wanted to continue to go on without the responsibility of being a husband to her. Sorry, motherfucker, still living with his mother. When she found that out, she should have got it annulled anyway. She knew he wasn't about with his part-time job. He ain't got no damn career. The fuck? Is this what we doing now? What you saying, Lima Mima? Yeah, but still, I wouldn't have still. I understand what you're saying, Lima Mima, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I have very little tolerance for people who laugh about something. If somebody had laughed about the fact about my skin, it would have been over. We can't have it both ways. We gotta understand too. And ignorance is no excuse. When she laughed about that and said, "Oh, I'm looking at your skin and it's red. Oh, I'm looking at your skin and it's brown." No, I understand what you're saying, boo, because a lot of people are saying that, but no, hell no. We ain't got it to do. You got to put yourself in somebody else's situation. And one thing that I don't tolerate is that from anybody, whether it's us against other people or other people about us. I've had people say very, 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 very ignorant things about me. I know you get it, boo. I know you get it. But even people say things about my hair. And they don't realize that it's ignorant and offensive. Shut the fuck up. I've had people on job sites that say, "Can I touch your hair like I'm at a petting zoo?" No, bitch. Do I ask you, can I touch yours? No, you can't touch my braids. How do you all do that? How do you get those things in your hair? What? We got to learn. And when you get to be a big age, you should already know. It shouldn't be somebody's responsibility to tell her that. To sit up there. Even though dude said something about him on a bus, man, he didn't address that. And he needed to understand he could have given her a pass, right? He could have given her an exception because she is African American and she has gone through discrimination. All of us have, right? And I don't think it's a black person living that ain't never been through it. So he could have given her a pass, but he didn't. And he just needed to be straight up about this. Period. Point blank poo. He should have been straight up. Hold on, y'all. Let me move these over to the side because it's starting to irritate me a little bit. So I do understand. But he was a bitch and she was a crybaby. But when I went out on Screen Rant, yeah, he didn't, Beverly. He absolutely did not want that black woman. And they should have made it clear. First of all, when a bitch ain't got no job and his job part-time and he's still trying to figure himself out, he's not marriage material. When he sit his ass up there and he's still living at home with his mother, bitch, there's a reason. But I don't think that he was into black people, black women. I think that he found her obnoxious. I think that when she put that bonnet on his head, he didn't have no understanding. I think that he felt emasculated by that. I think that there were multiple things that happened in the relationship between them that neither one of them had the audacity to talk about. And they should have. She should have asked him, was it okay? She should have explained the history of the bonnet in the black community and why you wear all of that kind of stuff. I don't remember her doing it, but there's just certain lines that both of them crossed, right? And it just was no understanding that I need to slow walk this, and right, especially when you are dating someone who is of a different race or ethnicity. It is. I've dated people from, different races and different ethnicities, and I've had to educate myself and I've had to walk myself through this, right? And I was very careful about what I said, how I acted. I needed to know what their sensitivities were, what their history was, how did their family grow up, how, like all of that. You got to find all of that out before you get to kikiing and cockon and laughing and putting bonnets on a bitch head. Because in our community, in the African American community, there's history about the bonnet. And she just put that on his head. He probably felt emasculated, not even understanding. But you, at that point, you get to know each other. You don't know each other. So you take things for granted and you make assumptions that people understand stuff, and people don't understand stuff. Don't put the bonnet on no man's head. None of my brothers have ever, or any of the men I've ever dated, have I ever thought to put a bonnet on their head. So she's looking at his head, probably thinking he got good hair. Let me put this bonnet on her. Girl, if you don't sit your ass down. Sit down. He ain't like her. And it's okay. He should have just been upfront and told them, I'm not comfortable dating or marrying an African American woman. He was waiting for her to mess up. He was waiting. If it wasn't that, if she hadn't done that, he was already pulling back. He's a fronter. He's a liar. And he lives with his mother. He's not even marriage material, in my opinion. The fuck was he on the show for? Are we that desperate for people that we put him on kid that live with his mom and them? Fuck that. He wasn't marriage material. But anyway. And neither was Claire. Claire sat her ass out there and told everybody that Cameron said her ass was too big and he wasn't attracted to her. When he was fully attracted to her. She was the one that ran him away out of that daggone relationship, and she's still hanging the fuck on. Like a Band-Aid you don't want to rip off. Just rip that bitch off and be done with it. Let everything heal. She didn't like him. Point blank and simple. And now they friends and they go on a decision day for what? The decision has already been made. The fuck are we doing? Just dragging this show on. Just dragging it on. But let's talk about this right here. Austin liked the idea of Becca. He is not liking Becca. These women have sat on there. William at Brooklyn. Hello. I knew I will say this about the relationship thing. If you continue to do all caps, Google's going to block you. Okay. So take your all caps off, William at Brooklyn, because you're going to eventually, your comments are not going to show up anymore. You got to take your all caps off. Okay. And if YouTube don't get you, Ray Della is. You got to take it off. Okay. They see it as offensive, or maybe, you cursing or whatever, and they will take it down. Okay, so we don't want that to happen to you. Welcome to Auntie's Advice. Thank you so much, Lima Beamer, for the $2.99 super sticker. Thank you, boo. Lima Beamer been with me for a minute. Hey, boo. Austin liked the idea of Becca. He thought she was fun. But now we're getting down to the point where you got to be. All of these women have covered these men, allowing them to be one way on the camera and another way off. You gonna be straight up who you are on and off this motherfucking camera, or we ain't gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be faking no funk with anyone. I don't give a damn how much he feels embarrassed. We're going to make it real. Now, I'm going to respect you because above everything that a man desires, he wants respect. A man will respect a woman to respect him over love and sex. Men want to be respected. And I'm going to respect you. But what you not going to do is sit your ass out here and be one thing on the camera and another thing off. She said her ass on this particular episode, and I mean, I wanted to throw up when she said that he told me after the cameras go away. Bitch, you signed up for an experiment. You knew what it was when you signed up for this. And so now you going to sit your ass on here and tell me that after the cameras go down, do you know how many seasons motherfuckers have lied and said that? Do you know how many seasons people have pulled the okie dokie camera smoky? Wink, what? I really think he's a good guy. I really love him. I really care about him. And he's just, not the person that we see how we lie to ourselves as women. We lie to ourselves. We make excuses for poor behavior. You sitting here looking like a pink-head fool. I'm gonna call a thing out here. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Thank you so much, Nicole, for the $5 super sticker. Thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. Thank you so much, Dot. Love you, Auntie. Love you too, Dot. Love you too, boo. There's no way in the world. They have bargained with each other. What you say, boo? I think he thought about her health problems and didn't want to be bothered. Absolutely. And they didn't connect on religion. And religion is a big thing. They didn't connect. He basically told her she was going to hell in a handbasket. He told her she was going to hell in a handbasket. Do y'all not remember? Y'all remember? They didn't get along fundamentally. I don't care how much he admires the way that she was with the kids with the camera. I don't care how much if you can't agree on fundamental ideas, you will never make it. I have told y'all that I was dating a guy and we liked each other. I liked him. He liked me. But when I started listening to his views about religion, I knew we could not be together. And to this day, I could pick that phone up, bitch. Because we didn't have issues in the relationship. We enjoyed each other, but we did not agree fundamentally on religion. So no matter how fine he was and how nice he was and how he fixed up my house and did my whole HVAC system and all of that kind of stuff and just was such a good guy, we could not agree on religion. I listened to him as he told me and said different things, and I was like, no, fuck this. We ain't gonna be able to do this. Because I knew I wasn't having no more babies, right? But I wasn't going to have that kind of warfare in my household where we just could not agree on that. And I don't want you getting up in the morning on Sunday or Saturday or whatever day I choose to go and worship, or the Tuesday night or whatever, and you telling me that you don't need to be going out to that church, and you don't need to be, giving them no tithes, and you don't need to be giving offerings, and you don't need to be, at the cake debate. No. And I didn't want to have to tell him that. I didn't want to have those conversations with him. We just did not agree. And it's okay. But what I ain't going to do is lock myself into a relationship with you. Thank you so much, Lima Beaver, for the $1.99 super chat. These men were the sorriest group of Maves. Sorriest group in Maves. Absolutely, because they all wanted to be something that they were not. Hey, boo. What you saying, Dom Dom? I found Pastor Cal irresponsible in how he handled the religion combo. He put this show before these people's lives and the teaching as a pastor, and he's getting paid big bucks for it. And you know what? A lot of people compromise that. You right, Dom Dom. He's compromising, period, just being on a fucking show, in my opinion, because he's not going to be able to give them the truth. He's got to talk very high level, and he's got to be even keel, right? He can't be one way or the other. But you know what? That's something he gonna have to deal with. Like, for real. But I agree. You know what I'm saying? It's just some bullshit. He doesn't like her. And I do believe that it was religion, and I believe it was her health. And when a man is seriously wanting, a man or a woman is really seriously wanting to have children, you got to take that into consideration. But this sorry mother right here, for Emily to find out this episode that he's dating someone else, when she finally got the balls and the kahuna to say something to him, she been weak the whole time. Like, you don't have to be the weak of, like, when the Bible says that you are the weak, that women, it speaks to women being a weaker vessel. But a woman's influence is stronger than a man's physical strength. The influence, the creativity, the nurturing, the love, the support that we give to our men is stronger than his physical health. It's stronger than any car he can lift, any nail he can hammer in. Our influence that we have on men, the Proverbs 31 woman, is much more stronger. It doesn't mean that you're weak, and you don't have anything to bring to the table, because you are his helpmeet. You are his rib. But that don't mean that you're going to bake my ribs and serve me up on a platter. It doesn't mean that I have to serve myself. It doesn't mean that I have to step down from who I am as an individual in order to make you feel good about your fucking self. And there's no contract that you're going to keep me in that's going to make me tolerate this book. I'm going back home. Irreconcilable differences up in this mother. And here she been running behind him, begging him week after week after week for him to be honest. And this bitch has sat there and been combative and everything else, in my opinion, with every woman, period. When he sat down with Dr. Pia in the early weeks and wanted to argue with her about some, no, you disrespectful on every level, in my opinion. You just fundamentally don't have respect for women. Fundamentally. I wonder how many numbers he got. But he don't want his woman coming with no numbers. He thought she was a whore. And I thought she was an alcoholic. Okay. I thought she was. And I still think she has a problem with drinking. Every time we've seen her show her ass, she's been drunk. if she ain't got no drunkard, she don't have none. She said at that restaurant with him and Rose running her mouth, and I kept thinking in my mind, how many drinks did she have before they start filming this? Because all of a sudden she got boldness. And when he sat there and he said to her, let me finish my steak, she should have did that. Now I know y'all saying, and a lot of hear people say in the comments, Auntie, you always blaming the woman. I'm not blaming the woman. I'm just making sure that the women who see this book understand what not to do. Brennan was an ass from week one, in my opinion. And then his family got the audacity to come out there and give an excuse for him. Let me see what they said in this gut screen rant. Married at First Sight reveals real reason he's not attracted to Emily. Everything we know about their ugly split. It was her body count. See, you ain't gonna act like we didn't hear him talk about that. You're not gonna act like we didn't hear him talk about that. We heard that motherfucker talk about that. Oh, yes, we did. He was unattracted to her from the beginning. And Emily drinks. She drinks. And who wants to be around somebody that's sloppy drunk? Nobody. Brennan finally revealed his issue with Emily on Mapes, calling her negativity a turn off. That is a turn off. But why are we forgetting that Brennan said that he got turned off when she said that she likes one night stands? We're not going to pass over that. They say he struggled in his relationship, but he finally revealed the reason he's not attracted to her. He opened up about his relationship. Brennan shared that he has issues in his relationship with Emily, but he has stayed vague about what the specific issues are. No, he did not. Brennan has struggled with feeling physically and emotionally attracted to Emily throughout their time. But without open, honest communication about their problems, the pair don't stand a chance against decision day. While Emily has her own issues, and bitch she do, with Brennan's behavior, the major issue in their relationship has been centered around Brennan's difficulty with her. So this bitch sits in a restaurant with her. Now we know she had the accident. Right? She was laid up in the hospital. He was there. But the whole time he was there, his face was stuck on stupid. He did this to show face, in my opinion. He didn't give a fuck. He did what any other human being that got just a turd bit of sympathy and empathy for another human being. He acted. We have seen people on a highway take it and pull total strangers out of a fiery car. We have seen people run into buildings to save animals. We have had our tragedies here in the United States. And when you have just a common care and concern for just a human life, you're going to do what you got to do. But now he wants her to kiss his ass and be beholden to him because he saved her life. I don't owe you. Thank you. Thank you for doing what you did. He said, you gonna talk to me like this after I saved your life? Then you should have let me die, mother. If you want me to be beholden to you for the rest of my life, gaslighting the dog. He been gaslighting her the whole time. How in the whole hell are you going to be a male and a female in a relationship with each other, and you are attracted and you are trying to go down that road, and you ain't banging it out at least once in the relationship? At least once, bitch. Can we bang it out once? But if I'm not attracted to you, if you looking like a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, I can't stand them things. There's no way you're going to get me to buy it out the grocery store. If you have it at a party, bitch, I'm not eating it. I don't care what you do to a Cool Ranch Dorito. I'm just not eating it. I ain't attracted to it at all. It almost makes me repulsed. This is how he has seen Emily, the same way that I see a Cool Ranch Dorito. He didn't care. He wasn't attracted to her. And the moment she opened her mouth, and the moment she got to drinking, he became less attractive. So if you take those Cool Ranch Doritos and you break them down and put them in a taco salad, I still ain't eating them. I don't give a fuck how you make it look. And this is what he has been going through, and Austin. They're not attracted to these women. She sat there at that table and wanted to know the truth, but she couldn't handle it. Because the first thing that he said was this: no physical attraction. No physical attraction. But when he said that she was unkind and that she was negative, and he pointed out and gave her an example of the vows, she said, I am the most positive person. No, you not. Emily, that positive person, that bitch ain't show up. Emily, I'm sorry. She did not show up. She did not show up. I'm sorry, Emily. We're going to sit out here and we're going to call a thing a thing. Where the fuck was you positive at? You wasn't even positive in your relationship with him. You wasn't. Boo. She didn't show up on this show. She might show up later. Even when you sat down with Keisha Knight Pullen and she tried to bring some things out to you and you got nasty because you didn't understand the words that were coming out of her mouth, Keisha Knight Pullen checked your ass. You're not a positive person. You are negative. You see things the way that you see things. Yes, Bree. Yes, Bree. That's what I just said. She was negative on an after party. She has not shown up. It's amazing how you think higher of yourself than you ought to. You could tell she was snap, crackle, and pop with his ass the whole time. Does that make it give him a pass? Hell no, because he was nasty too. But his was much more passive. And the more passive it is, the nastier it is. Her just on the surface. She ain't got no filter. She don't have no caca. His is nasty, grimy. He nasty what he is. This look like he will yank a chain off her neck, in my opinion. The way that he has to restrain himself. When they was sitting at that table and he was like, bitch, I just want to eat my steak. Can I eat my fucking steak? I don't know. Can you? How much time you need? Should I give you a glass of water to help you swallow that down? But I would have let him finish. I would have let him eat in peace. But she kept nagging. That's one thing about her and old girl Becca. They're nags. Both of them are nags. They don't know how to stand down. Sometimes you ain't got to win the war. Sometimes it's more beneficial to take a loss. But I would have called Brennan out in the beginning and I would have been out of there because she got nasty and he was nasty. His nasty was, I'm being attacked. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. That's not me. How could you say that, Dr. Pia? Dr. Calvin, are you serious? Oh my God. Dr. Pepper, really? That's not me. It's a misunderstanding out this mother. No, it ain't no misunderstanding. So when he told her, and he had that one example, and then when Claire set her down, and he gonna sit up there and say, if I hadn't listened to you, I would have almost lost you. I stayed here for you. You stayed here for me. Both of y'all bitches should have left. And that's why it shouldn't be something in the contract that says, if you don't do this, you got to pay back money. These are people's real lives. If I want to walk out of here so I don't... Stand down, Auntie. Stand down. Don't you think it, but don't say it. Think it, but don't you say it. When he sat there and basically told her, you owe me my life, your life. And then the next thing I know, I find out from Claire that you are going out on dates. And then you deny it. And then after you deny it, you sit your ass up there and says it was just a joke. Was it just a joke, bitch? Or did you not do it? You mean to tell me that you can't even wait until the show is over? We ain't got but 8 weeks, bitch. The last thing he wanted to do was take care of her. I don't know if y'all saw his face, but even in the hospital, he was like, oh, bitch. When he was sitting at the end of the bed and her head was all busted open, he was looking at her like, in my opinion, he despised her ass. Y'all go back and look. The look in his eyes when they were around her friends, when she came back home and she was telling her story. He's always at the end like this. Hold on, let me take my glasses off so y'all can see how I saw. Eyes don't lie. Your mouth can say 1,000 things, but your eye don't lie. Emily said, at least I saw who you really could be. He did what any other person would do, Emily. And she said that. But she doesn't know the truth. The real truth behind that statement. He did it because there was nobody else to do it, and that's what you do. Some people call them good Samaritans. And some people call them heroes. But a hero and a good Samaritan ain't going to charge it to your account for the rest of your fucking life. And they're not going to say, cover me up because I did this solid for you. You know, you owe me a solid. Let me go out here and cheat in peace. Let me go out here and act an ass. And then Austin, he decides he's going to move out. He's the most moving out men I've ever seen. He said, you ain't going to do nothing but drag me on TV. All he cared about from day one, which is why he did the things that he did, because he knew from day 2, day 3, he knew I ain't got it to do. So his whole entire existence on the show was to try to cover up for the cameras. It was a cover up for the cameras. His whole existence was just to do that. Fucking disgusting. This show was some on a stick. On a stick, bitch. And that's why I don't cover it anymore. Okay, well, let me find out. Wait a minute, hold on. So they said in this article, Brennan explained that he felt Emily was a more negative person throughout their time together on Married at First Sight. But he kept his thoughts about it to himself because he didn't want to upset her. This is something he said more than once, but he's done so casually, which has kept Emily from understanding that he's been serious about the behavior. Sharing that he believes her negativity to be a turnoff, Brennan hurt Emily's feelings with the accusation and surprised her completely. Emily, who feels she's an incredibly positive person, had a hard time with Brennan's confession, but it didn't bother her ass that he said he wasn't physically attracted to her. That didn't bother her. It was hard watching her cry. It was very hard. He needed to move out, but she should have been gone a long time ago. Because, boo, when a man don't love you, ain't nothing you can do to change it. And to honor you is gone. And Emily deserves so much better. But Emily got to work on Emily too. Know that when you in a relationship, it ain't all just one person. It's both of y'all. And just like me in the bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, it ain't me, it's the Doritos. In my opinion. Give me some spicy ones, some nacho ones, even give me the hot ones, but bitch, don't give me a Cool Ranch. Because I just don't have it to do. I just have been watching this show week after week. And I was like, where did they get these prima donna ass men from? You have to understand that you're not perfect and you're not going to show up all the time perfect. There are some people who are about Auntie's advice and some people who just ain't got it to do. And it's okay. Because sometimes I show up as my best self and sometimes I will cuss you out. It's all a part of who I am, and I accept that. I make mistakes. I'm human just like everybody else. And so one day you may come out here and you may see me at my worst. But trust and believe me that there are days when I'm at my best. And these men, these sorry ass men, in my opinion, have to understand that there are many, many layers to being a human being. And you just ain't going to be on all the time. But you got to be honest with these women. Now, back Emily, she didn't even understand what you call him was telling her on the after party. Like, she just don't get it because she's listening to respond. She's a reactor. She wants to react. Stand down and just listen. That's all you got to do is just stand down and listen. But that's not her. That's not her MO. She's got to respond because she's a positive person. But I'm sorry, my dear Emily. Positive Emily did not show up. She did not show up. Period. Y'all let me know downtown in the comments section what y'all thought about this. This is the reason why this is the first time in 17 seasons that I have not covered Married at First Sight. I just get so sick of them fucking up the bag, in my opinion. Well, it's America, and y'all have a right to y'all's. And I would love to hear downtown in the comments section. I want to say thank you to Lima Beamer, to Nicole Dot Finnan, and then Lima Beamer hit me up again. Thank you all so much. Ray Della, get ready because we got one more to do tonight, and then tomorrow we got a marathon. So good. So get ready, okay? I love you all so much. And until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets. And please be safe in the water. I love you all so much. Good night.